The long journey comes to a close today. Though many aspire to play in one of the final games in a high school basketball season, very few ever do. The Soaring Eagles have earned the right to play in the second-to-last game in Oregon, this one to determine who will be the third-place winner.
Welcome to the 2024 OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 3A Boys State Championship Tournament. This is the third-place game, featuring the fifth-seeded Harrisburg Eagles taking on the second-seeded Valley Catholic Valiants. Hello, I'm Eric Goss for Sportscasting Unlimited, along with Boone Marker. Of course, all the teams playing today are going to take home a trophy. The question in this game is whether Valley Catholic or Harrisburg will take home the third place. Each of these teams made it to the semifinal round last night. For Harrisburg, they lost by 8 points to Westside Christian, a game that they were able to have some success at times in that game, Boone, and perhaps if the shot clock hadn't been used this year, the methodical nature of Terry Crabb's offense would have had a little bit more success, but we saw Westside Christian really get out and run it a few minutes in that game.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's a new rule that we're making adjustments to so you don't get that 4 out, and those last 2 minutes of each fourth quarter really shake down to the winners and losers in this bracket.
And we saw for Valley Catholic last night, they played an inspired effort against a Cascade Christian Challenger team that is now in their fifth consecutive state title game. They've won the last two, and they will be favorites tonight. But Valley Catholic, the length that has been talked about inside for them, players like Noah Holub, Luke Jerusi, along with Jackson Ferris, Kellen Kinder, even Dylan Trebetsky, not the tallest, but still a lot of length for VC, and we saw how that really presented challenges for the challengers. Austin Maurer at 7 feet tall. Ultimately, though, it was the play of the guards for Cascade Christian that really gave them the edge in that game against Valley Catholic. And it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out because there are some good guards, but as we've noted, Harrisburg really only plays their 5 players. Chase Herrera was the 6th player, the freshman, but that was only because Jordan Baker fouled out yesterday in that game. So it'll be interesting to see perhaps in the third place game if Coach Crabb continues to go with a light roster or if he opens things up a little bit more knowing it's the final game of the season. We'll have your player introductions coming up in a moment. First, we'll go with the reserves for the designated visitor in their black road jerseys. Coming off the bench will be freshman guard Chase Herrera, followed by sophomore guard Jesse McKibben, sophomore guard Christian Baird, and junior guard Jackson Panam. This is the third consecutive playoff appearance for Harrisburg, but their first Final 8 trip since Coach Crabb has returned. And coming off the bench for Coach Ivy today will be senior guard Justin Lulay, junior guard Mateo Maurizio, senior guard Jordan Baumgartner, senior guard Chris Radosavljevic, junior forward Zach Eddy, senior forward Grant Hayworth, senior center Kellen Kinder, and junior forward Dylan Trebetsky. As we take a look right now at the starters for the Eagles, junior guard Taryn Crabb, first team All Mountain Valley, followed by sophomore guard Jordan Baker, senior guard first team Mountain Valley Jack Lidbeck, senior guard Jackson Davis, and junior post 6'5" Jaden Bellinger. The young man pulled down over 16 rebounds last night, had averages 13 and 4 boards per game. He is an honorable mention selection in the Mountain Valley. And now the starters for the Valley Catholic Valiants out of Lewis and Clark League. Junior guard Zach Pippin, honorable mention Lewis and Clark. Followed by junior guard Justin Hahn, also an honorable mention selection. Senior forward, he's heading to Western Oregon University, Noah Holub, a first-team Lewis and Clark selection. Followed by junior center, 6'7", Luke Jerusi, an honorable mention Lewis and Clark selection. And junior forward Jackson Ferris, second team Lewis and Clark. Last night, Dylan Trebetsky was the Moda Health player of the game for the Valiants, and it was Jack Lidbeck who was the Moda Health player of the game for the Eagles. They put 8 minutes on the clock here as we are ready to play state championship basketball here in the third place game. Each of these teams with still plenty to play for, even though it's a bit of a heartbreak not playing in the championship game tonight at 6:30. As I said, a lot to play for. It'll be Bellinger and Holub to take the tip. And it goes into the backcourt to Jerussi, as Pippin will start the offense. On the wing, Hahn going up against the 2-3 zone defense that Harrisburg tends to favor. Pippin drives baseline, feeds a pass Hahn in the corner, brings it back up top, Holub. As Jerussi, see him looking to pass high, Ferris. Jerussi comes across the lane, on the wing, Hahn, his shot falls out. Jerussi the rebound. Hahn on the wing. Jerussi in the corner, looks to enter to Holub and passes offline, stolen by Jaden Bellinger. Karen Crabb brings it into the front court, finds Lidbeck, corner threes up, and it's down for Jack Lidbeck. First triple of the game belongs to the Eagles, and that's what the young man can do from outside. Played a pivotal role in their second round win over Umatilla, hitting a bunch of threes in a pivotal third quarter. Ferris drives and dishes. Holub goes across to Hahn. He'll take the three. To get the points back, doesn't fall. Scrum for the rebound on the ground. And we're going to end up with a jump ball call. Possession will go to the Eagles. As Crabb on the wing. There's a switch with Holub. As now Ferris matched up on Lidbeck, as we see the Valiants want to switch. And a foul called on the drive by Crabb. And it goes against the senior Holub.
The guard play for Harrisburg is going to be essential just because they're outsized.
And again, they're very patient. They have their system. They know their roles within it, and nobody's afraid to take a shot when it's called for. And that time, Crabb, his foot just ends up on the E of Marshfield there on the baseline. As Pippin will bring it across into the front court, sees the zone, passes to Holub. So right now, two men low in the post. Ferris flashes high for Hahn. Instead, he's got to come up top, Jerussi. And Ferris had turned his head when the pass came. Miscommunication from the Valiants. And Boone, as you just said, the guard play for Harrisburg has got to pay off, and that means VC's guards really have to rise to the occasion in this moment. Hahn, the defensive rebound. Here comes the run out from the junior guard. Takes it all the way to the cup himself. And a little spin move in the lane is true for Justin Hahn. Crabb works against Pippin, behind the back, out to Davis. Davis, who had a nice game in last night's game with 11 points. Crabb drives, right-hander off the window is good.
I love that Crabb's not, he's going to challenge the big guys because he's either going to make it or probably draw a foul.
He is a very nonplussed individual out there. He always seems very composed, and something you tend to see from coaches' kids. They know the moment. Bellinger keeps vertical, but Ferris the offensive rebound, and there's contact inside. This looks like two for Jackson Ferris. First foul on Jaden Bellinger. Ferris, one of the team leaders in field goal shooting percentage at the line. Off on the first. One more for Ferris. And rebound from Bellinger, out of that play due to a foul. Lidbeck tries to break down Ferris off the dribble. Looks like they're trying to free up Crabb. I'll hand it to him on the wing, coming off the screen of Davis. High to Lidbeck, contested by Ferris. Bounces twice off the rim. Bellinger able to get the second contact. His pass stolen by Pippin. quickly into the front court. Extra pass, Ferris off the window, too strong. Jerussi with the follow. Luke Jerussi had a big game last night, 12 points, and he was very persistent inside with his scoring and effective on the field goal percentage. Lidbeck, Baker, coming high. Davis again gives the screen for Crabb. Out to Lidbeck. Pippen falls down. Shot is down for Lidbeck once again. His second triple outside. And that's the great equalizer for the Harrisburg Eagles, as a team known more for their defense than they are their offense. Having someone you can rely on outside is big. Pippen drives. Bellinger got a hand on it. Ferris the offensive rebound. We have a jump ball. On baseline. Looking for Holub. Gets it to him in the corner. Back up top, Pippen. Hahn almost lost the handles. Jerussi back to Pippen. 5 on the clock for Pippen. Hahn has to get it off. And he's unable to.
Eric, you were just talking about how Harrisburg, strong defensively. There's a great example of why.
And that's where you're just able to wear those moments off the clock, and then all of a sudden you find, wait, we gotta remember there's a shot clock now. And contact at midcourt.
You know, they let the first one go, but that one was a little more trying to go through him. The extension of the arms, that's a foul every time.
Yeah, sometimes I like to refer to that as the joust. And this is a Valley Catholic team that we know can work inside, but that zone giving some fits early. Pippen outside. Well, one way you beat a zone is to outshoot it. And Zach Pippen has the first triple, and just like that, back to a 1-point game. Crabb versus Pippen right now, looking to be worth the price of admission. Free throw line rejected by Jerussi. Bellinger weak side, head fake, pops out the back iron. And Holub the rebound. As Grant Hayworth, who had just checked in, brings it in the front court. Outside to Pippen, where he just hit. Inside Jerussi. Quick move off the left side, high off the window. Bellinger the board to Davis. As the junior works against the junior. DC and Harrisburg, two teams you expect to be back here next year. 3 juniors on the roster for Harrisburg. There's a foul. 3 underclassmen, as Baker's a sophomore. This looks like 2 shots coming for the Eagles. Fouls on Luke Jerussi. His second. First free throw off the mark. Checking in is Kellen Kinder for the Valiants. And a foul against Noah Holub. And now Holub and Jerussi each have 2. Fortunately, Jaden Bellinger is able to pick himself up off the deck. So Lidbeck baseline. They get it into Crabb. Defended by Hahn. Drives baseline. Extra pass. If it's a foul on the ground, we'll be shooting 2. Foul goes against Justin Hahn, his first, 5th team, and now we'll see 2 at the line from Taryn Crabb. Junior in last night's game had his season average of 12 points, also averages 4.5 assists, and he's able to get the second of 2. Taryn Crabb up to 3 points, 2-point margin for the Harrisburg Eagles. We get ready for the final 90 seconds here in the opening stanza between these two teams. Hahn bounce to Ferris. Deep outside the paint. Kinder post up, across to Pippen. That one is a little long, but Kinder inside. Can't control. And Bellinger another rebound. And that's just what he does, is grab those boards off the glass for Harrisburg. Lidbeck has the screen, goes away from it. Crabb gets it. as he skips up top, looking to pass. Mismatch against Kinder. As we've been seeing Valley Catholic switch, and that leads to the third triple of the quarter from Jack Lidbeck. As he's been the sharpshooting ace for the Eagles this season. Everyone, it seems, has their role for Harrisburg. Bellinger coming a little high in the zone. Hayworth drives, blocked by Bellinger, got a left hand on it. As the juniors having a great start here this morning.
He's doing everything Harrisburg needs them to do right now.
Crabb calls out the play, knowing that Eagles will play for final shot here. Lidbeck in the corner. Baseline floater, falls out. Hayworth the rebound, has time, gets it to Ferris. Needs to operate quickly to the cup, misses it, but Kinder is there on the putback. Count the bucket. And a big offensive rebound from Kellen Kinder to make this just a one-possession game after the first, 9-12. We'll be back in the second when we return. Welcome back here as we're ready for the second quarter. Harrisburg basketball as they run out the same five that we've seen almost all tournament long. Taryn Crabb, Jordan Baker, Jack Lidbeck, Jackson Davis, and Jaden Bellinger. Defended by Justin Hahn, Jackson Ferris, Zach Pippin, Kellen Kinder, and Grant Hayworth. Lidbeck on the wing, hands off Crabb as he runs baseline. Crabb's three is up, and that falls down true. Fourth triple already for the Eagles. Crabb up to 6 points. And the outside shot really helping the Eagles right now. Hahn, looks like he thought about it with the shot fake. Hayworth will drive, penetrate inside, out to Pippin. As Pippin gets in the lane, able to keep possession. Kinder hits a cutting Hayworth for two.
Great ball movement there.
So Kellen Kinder off the assist as his second made bucket, as he's got back-to-back points now for the Valiants. Big screen from Bellinger for Crabb. Picks up the dribble, finds Lidbeck. Crabb, they're going to call him for an offensive foul. Second time he's been called for that. Three players with 2 fouls each right now. Holub, Jerusi, and Crabb. As Holub and Jerusi on the bench. And we've seen Coach Crabb, he will play those 5 with foul trouble as he relies on them to stay out of it. Hahn, again, the offensive rebound leads to extra points. This time it's Justin Hahn on the second chance opportunity. Pass fake out to Baker, quick pass Lidbeck, contested by Pippin at short left. Hayworth the rebound. Ahead to Pippin. No look to Hahn on the wing, launches and nails it. First lead for Valley Catholic. 5 points in the quarter for Justin Hahn, 7 in the game. Crabb works away from the screen, takes it himself, short, Kinder the rebound, and he's fouled on the rebound. If it's Crabb, it's his third. If it's Bellinger, it's his second. It's Jaden Bellinger. So Bellinger and Crabb with 2 apiece. And that's where Kellen Kinder at 6'8" had that ball high, and it makes it easy for the official to see someone get hit across the arm.
2 guys with 2. When will we see the bench come into play?
Well, for Coach Crabb, it just is his strategy. If he changes that, I'll be surprised. That one bounces off back iron to Davis, but Coach Crabb, he trusts these players, so I don't think we'll see Chase Herrera come in as the 6th man unless someone fouls out. Lidbeck to Crabb. Little jab step, takes the shot. No, Kinder fights with Bellinger inside, but off the deflection. Jaden Bellinger gets the putback. He had 8 points yesterday, and that bucket inside retakes the lead for Harrisburg. Cross Hahn, inside Ferris, power dribble, up, no, gets his own miss back, and he's fouled, and that would be Bellinger's third. And now Boone, after just saying, will he trust him, we're going to put that to the test immediately here. We're not even halfway through the second, and Bellinger with 3.
and good job for Ferris getting up and getting his own rebound with the inside position. Unable to convert the first free throw.
See a few substitutions now for the Valiants. Zach Eddy and Dylan Trebetsky will check on here for their first action in the second quarter. As Trebetsky will check in for the shooter, and because he didn't make it, he won't check in just yet. Lidbeck the rebound. Gets a free look. Little step back, rims off. Tipped around, and Ferris comes up with a loose ball. Doesn't have numbers, looks to take it, and sometimes, Boone, when you don't have numbers, you don't want to push.
Easy call there by the official. You know, it's looked more like a running back coming through the gap on the line.
I know Jackson Ferris plays on the football team for VC, and you're right. He's had a few offensive fouls in this tournament where he's just too eager to try and take it to the lane. Davis will go baseline, and we see Zach Pippen end up in the backcourt. So VC looks to change their defense right now, provide some pressure against Harrisburg. Hayworth against Lidbeck. Lidbeck to Crabb. Bellinger will give him a screen. We'll see if he uses it. Goes away, baseline, back out. Lidbeck launches, short. Eddy had a good box out that time of Bellinger to secure the rebound. And again, 2-3 zone look for the Eagles. Trebetsky, capable shooter, was able to heat up a few times last night against Cascade Christian before they pulled away in the fourth. In fact, Trebetsky, for his efforts, was given the Moda Health Player of the Game. Looks to drive inside, arcing shot. Bellinger, though, is able to affect the arc and come up with the defensive rebound. Gets a screen from Davis. Here's a double with Bellinger. Bounce to Crabb. Pippen works under the screen, pass off Lidbeck. A lot of switching right now for the Valiants. Crabb back to Davis. 10 on the clock. Crabb looks up, notices that. Guarded by Trebetsky. Step back, blocked by Trebetsky. Good timing. And Pippen the other way. Feeds Trebetsky down low, spin move, gets it to fall inside. Harrisburg now trails by 1 off the nice move inside from Trebetsky. As Lidbeck comes off a double screen, Crabb takes it himself. This one doesn't rim in, but Davis, the offensive glass, stripped below by Trebetsky, comes up with it to Hayworth. Hayworth, even numbers, looks to take it himself. Baker comes up from behind with the steal. Good follow from Jordan Baker to track that ball. Davis outside, hands it back to Crabb. As again, try and free up Lidbeck off the screens, give the shooter a clean look. Crabb looks to jump inside, hop, skip, and a bucket for Taryn Crabb. He's now up to 8 points here in the first half, 5 in the quarter. Under a minute to play. Hayworth, Trebetsky launches, short left, rebound scooped up by Lidbeck. About a 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock, so Harrisburg will need to get one off before the buzzer. Davis drives left and back iron. And Bellinger's there for another offensive rebound for Harrisburg. Lidbeck picked up the dribble. Now the shot clock is turned off. As Pippen comes out, tries to earn a 5-second call. Crabb to Lidbeck. Needs to get rid of it. And they're too late. At the half, Harrisburg leads Valley Catholic narrowly, 19-18. Take a quick timeout. Back with more here from Sportscasting Unlimited on the NFHS Network. You're watching the 2024 OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 3A Boys Basketball State Championship Tournament. The scoring stats first for the Harrisburg Eagles as they have the narrow 1-point lead, 19-18. They're led by 3 threes from Jack Lidbeck in the first quarter, 8 points from Taryn Crabb, and 2 points from Jaden Bellinger, who has to have double-digit rebounds already in this match, as the Eagles are 1 for 4 at the free throw line, and they've hit 4 threes from outside. They outscored the Valiants 12-9 in the first quarter, but then were outscored by Valley Catholic 7-9 in the second quarter. We will take a quick break before we get you your third quarter, as those Harrisburg Eagles have been the first ones out of the locker room at halftime, still waiting for Valley Catholic having their halftime talks about the little things that they need to fix. And if I was going to provide any suggestions for their locker rooms, not that I would try and impose on the coaches, for Harrisburg, they know who they are, so don't try and do anything different, but being able to stay out of foul trouble, so what I'd say is perhaps be a little bit pragmatic. Better to perhaps avoid getting a steal if it keeps you from picking up a silly foul. Sometimes when you see players pick up a foul underneath their own basket after a miss, that's what really makes you say, yep, needed to be a little bit more composed. For Valley Catholic, I think it's almost an opposite message. They need to start imposing their size against Harrisburg and the fact that they have a deeper roster. If they can start getting Harrisburg into foul trouble, even if maybe it takes a few of their players in the process, that's probably going to play long-term to Valley Catholic's favor. So if they can pack the paint inside, start taking Jaden Bellinger out of the equation, because the young man, like we said, he really helps Harrisburg play the style of defense that they want to play because of his ability to make sure there aren't a whole lot of second chance opportunities. So with our players back on the court, Valley Catholic ball, they bring their starting 5 out. Pippin, Hahn, Holub, Jerusi, and Ferris taking on the same starting 5 for the Eagles. Baker, Crabb, Bellinger, Lidbeck, and Davis as the Eagles start in that 2-3 zone, and it leads to a steal thrown right to Jackson Davis. As Crabb works corner for Lidbeck, he'll take it from the wing. That's short off the front part of the iron into the hands of Luke Jerusi, who didn't play a whole lot in that first quarter once he picked up 2 fouls. Hans triple, rims out, Jerusi the rebound, left it short, gets his own miss back, but the second one doesn't fall for Luke Jerusi, but he does go to the free throw line, and that is now the 4th on Jaden Bellinger.
What's coach gonna do?
As he's looking to his coach saying that's 4.
You know, I was thinking about this. You know, Harrisburg going most of the season, only playing 5, probably means they are the most conditioned team out here.
Certainly, but unfortunately, your conditioning will only go so far if you get into foul trouble.
You know, and also limits the experience of your bench players.
Luke Jerusi splits a pair at the free throw line, but he manages to tie the game at 19. Crabb spins in the lane, comes back across the middle, feeds it inside to Bellinger. Too strong off the window. Davis works for the rebound off the weak side. Goes to Lidbeck in the corner. Cross to Baker. He'll come high. Spin out to Crabb. As Jerusi got a hand on it, we're going to have a foul on the play. You can see him say, I got all ball. And sometimes one hand does get all ball, but the other hand gets body. So Jerusi with 3 now. In the lane, Crabb tries to earn his miss back, but Holub grabs it away. Ahead to Jerusi. Back out Holub. He's going to take it all the way for the flush. Just a great read by Jerusi. Once he handed that ball off, it ended up working essentially as a screen on the backside for Holub to sky high for the dunk. Lidbeck on the wing, comes off the Crabb screen. Hands it back. Crabb No look pass, and Hahn was able to read what Crabb tried to do there by going to Lidbeck. And he steps in front for the steal. Jerussi up top, Ferris. He's going to drive. And short, Jerussi's there for it. Blocked by Bellinger. Holub gets the miss a second time around. Knocked around Davis. The loose ball rebound, and then Holub. And there's a play I mentioned about sometimes you just get caught under your own basket after a miss, and that's precisely what happened for Noah Holub. So they'll need to be careful as well. But one thought was with more depth, if a lot of fouls start getting called, it may help Valley Catholic, knowing they've got the deeper roster. In fact, we see Dylan Trebetsky check in at the scorer's table for the next dead ball. Crabb in the corner, Lidbeck as Pippin hits the ground. And Baker the offensive rebound. Davis was there for the screen. They don't call it. And we have a foul on the drive. Will go against Justin Hahn. So Lidbeck baseline. Enters to Davis. And an offensive foul away from the ball. That goes against Jackson Davis, the first on Davis. Second team foul. Pippin off the inbound. And Harrisburg stays in the 2-3 zone. Look, Trebetsky outside, rims off. Bellinger has the rebound. Taryn Crabb always tends to bring that ball up the court a little bit more. He either brings it up two ways, slow or fast. There's no other option for the young man. Davis, he'll hit the jumper. And we're tied this time at 21. First points of the game for Jackson Davis. Had a nice game yesterday with 11 points. And the Harrisburg defense earns another turnover. Crabb will bring it into the front court. Davis calls for it on the wing, defended by Trebetsky. Looking to work him off the dribble, pulls up for the shot, back iron, Bellinger, another rebound. Kid's middle name might be Rebound. Crabb outside, crosses over, pulls up free throw line jumper, rims out, Holub the rebound. Hahn brings it ahead, finds Trebetsky, drives baseline against Lidbeck, and tipped by Crabb, saves it. Nice crossover dribble by Taryn Crabb to maintain the deflection in his favor. Lidbeck works off the Davis screen. In the corner, Crabb. And he feeds it to him on a move to the bucket. Sealed off by Hahn. Right-handed semi-hook shot, semi-jump shot. However you want to call it, it's 2 points for Jackson Davis. 90 to go in the quarter. Back and forth here in the third. Trebetsky ties it up with the move inside. 4 points now for Dylan Trebetsky. See a few players come to the scorer's table for the next dead ball substitution. Lidbeck to get the points back, and one. Another three for Jack Lidbeck. He has 12. Fifth made triple for the Eagles with a minute remaining. Boom, the other way goes Zach Pippin. Again, we're tied, and that's Pippin's second made three. 3 for the Valiants now. Lidbeck hands off to Crabb. In the corner. Is he hot? No. In and out. Knocked around. Davis had those go-go gadget arms. Reach out and grab it. Loose ball foul. And that is now Noah Holub's fourth. And because we're at 5 team fouls, this will be 2 free throws for Jackson Davis. In and out on the first. Chase Herrera will check on for Jaden Bellinger, as this is a good end of quarter substitution. That one rims off for Davis. We remain tied at 26. Pippen, narrow 1 second difference or so, shot and game clock. He's comfortable to keep it outside until they play for that final shot. Has a screen from Kinder. Works it inside to Kellen, dumps it off inside. We've got a foul call. And this should be 2 shots for Kellen Kinder, and the second on Jackson Davis. Nothing but net for the senior on the first. He's up to 5. Nails a pair. Crabb defended by Maurizio and draws a foul against Maurizio.
Not a great foul, you know, with 2 seconds winding down, but Crabb was on the drive.
And credit Taryn Crabb for that, because this is where the coaches have been making some end of quarter substitutions, give a player a rest. Don't pick up a cheap foul for one of your main rotation players, but that time perhaps just needing to send a little bit message to Maurizio to back off a bit. But first free throw miss, so no harm, no foul done just yet, but one more at the line with 2.5 seconds on the clock here in the third. All the Eagles have vacated the paint as Crabb hits the second. 1 point margin for VC. We'll see how far Hayworth throws this. Out to Jerussi at midcourt. Off to Pippen. Ooh, short left. Hit the backboard. But the more important thing for Valley Catholic is they get ready for the fourth. They hold the lead now, 28-27. Back for the fourth here on the NFHS Network. The Eagles outscored the Valiants 12-9 in the first, but then the Valiants have outscored the Eagles 9-7 in the second, 10-8 in that third. They now lead by 1, 28-27. As Lidbeck inbounds to Taryn Crabb along with Jackson Davis, Jordan Baker, and the return of Jaden Bellinger. So just a minute of action for Chase Herrera, the freshman guard, in that third quarter. Defensively, it goes Hayworth, Maurizio, Jerussi, Kinder, and Pippen for Coach Jeb Ivey and the Valiants. Lidbeck to Crabb in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Bellinger. The defense left the big man alone, and Taryn Crabb found him for another assist.
Excellent vision by the point guard there to find his open man underneath.
Maurizio has Jerussi high post, out to Pippen on the wing. Kinder takes the free throw line jumper, pops out. Jerussi got a hand on it, knocked out a play. And it stays Valley Catholic ball, last touch by Bellinger. Luke Jerussi gets the post move inside off the left side. He's now up to 5 points here, and he's retaken the lead for Valley. Crabb step back 3, short right. Bellinger chases the miss, knocked out of bounds by Maurizio. Lidbeck baseline will inbound. As Crabb trying to run through some screens. This time he sets a screen for Davis. Bellinger back quickly to Lidbeck. Up top now, Crabb. Screen roll game opposite Lidbeck, the shooter, as Hayworth does a good job flashing over the top of the screen. Davis, baseline jumper, 16 feet, hits back of the glass. That's still in play, though, at that spot. And there you go with the reaching call. Davis doesn't like it. Maurizio to Hayworth. Step inside the line, finds Jerussi as Kinder cuts. Pass intended for him, knocked around by the Eagles, but he gets it back out Maurizio. Pippen on the wing. Baker tries to swipe at it. Pippen drives. Picks up the dribble. Knocked around on the ground. Baker with the ball. Finds Lidbeck in the corner. And Lidbeck now needing to bring it into the front court with Crabb. You've only got 10 seconds. And I think Coach Crabb may have recognized that by also calling a timeout in that moment too. 3 minutes expired in this fourth quarter. It's been a back and forth second half. It was a 1-point Harrisburg lead at halftime. A 1-point Valley Catholic lead to start the fourth, and they have maintained a 1-point lead. That's all it takes, just outscoring your opponent by 1. As the girls' semifinal games last night were each decided by a single point. As those games coming up later today, Cascade Christian, Westside Christian in the boys' championship, and then Amity Corbett in the girls' championship. Just a hand check foul on Zach Pippen, his second team foul for the Valiants. Lidbeck in front of his bench. Inbounds Crabb. Crosses over Pippen. As Jerusi helps seal off the baseline, there's some space for Crabb to shoot. Knocked around. Jackson Ferris just checked in and grabbed the rebound. Pippen, he'll attack. Dumps it inside to Jerusi, and it comes away with a steal, but the Eagles were out of bounds, and inbounds to Holub. Playing with 4, he and Bellinger. Pippen inside, back out Hahn, the shooter. Off front iron, rebound Bellinger. One-point lead as we are now halfway through the quarter. 4 minutes expired, 4 minutes remaining. Decide the third place game. If that doesn't do it, we'll play a 4-minute overtime. Crabb in the lane, little 5-footer. Halfway down and out. Ferris the rebound as he hits the deck. Got it out to Pippen in one fluid motion, and now Ferris has the hands up asking for the ball, but Pippen calls out the offense. Jerusi comes high, instead he swings it on the perimeter. Screen against Baker. Out to Hahn on the wing, no hesitation, and he's hit on the wrist. And it's going to be 3 shots for Justin Hahn at the free throw line off the foul on Taryn Crabb. This is a big opportunity right now for Justin Hahn as he extends the lead up to 2. And he gets the second. So after going 2 of 6 in the first half at the free throw line. Now 3 of 3, or 5 for 7. Here in the second half. 10 points for Justin Hahn. He leads the Valiants in scoring right now, and more important thing was that he gave them the 4-point lead. Here's a fast break play intercepted by Davis, intended for Holub, and after VC got a big play, a great response that time by Harrisburg. As with 3 minutes left, they don't want to go down 3 possessions. Lidbeck, he makes it a 1-point game. Timeout, Terry Crabb. Valley Catholic 33, Harrisburg 32. A big bucket from Jack Lidbeck as the young man does most of his damage from outside. As you have a team for Harrisburg, when I say they're role players, I don't mean in a negative way. Each player has a role to play within that, and they know that role. And they do a good job of it, which is why they are here in this third place game, giving a team that really does have the height advantage across the board against them. It's a 1-point margin, 2:54 to go. As Jerusi draws contact inside and gets the bucket to fall, Valley Catholic goes up by 3 now. Jerusi up to 7 points in the game, 4 here in the fourth. 2.5 remaining. Crabb in the corner, Lidbeck. He can tie it with a single stroke. As Crabb tries to get a clean look, Davis up top now. Looking for a back cut to Crabb, defended by Holub. Say that's a mismatch, size versus height. Crab on the wing, knows he's going to have to get a clean look against Holub, and he goes through the traffic, knocked around. Ferris is the one that controls the rebound and somehow maintained his pivot foot before he got that pass out to Pippin. Hahn gives it right back, under 2 to play. 3-point margin for the Valiants. Jerusi to Holub. As patient and methodical, they want to see that clock work down. Cross-court Pippin works against Crab. Kept the feet moving. As Lidbeck thought there was another defender there, he flashed and then bailed out. And then Holub went straight to the cup like you should. And we're going to get a Coach Ivy timeout, as it will be Valley Catholic ball on the baseline. Inbound to Holub, and he did a great job of getting one quick dribble in there through the contact. Otherwise, that could have been a traveling call. And now a 5-point lead for VC coming out of the timeout. Lidbeck to Crab. Get it out to Lidbeck, defended by Hahn. Crab in the corner, drives inside, throws it back out. Lidbeck deep threes up, rims off. Bellinger quickly puts it back up for 2 though. And another quick timeout called by the coaches. We'll just keep it here right now.
Bellinger ends up getting the rebound and putting it right back, keeping this game within reach for Harrisburg.
One possession game. We have 59.6 on the Marshfield score clock. We love to see the joy that these fans and coaches have for the sport. Ola baseline finds Hahn. Eagles employ a bit of full court pressure as they need to come away with a steal. And a quick foul from Crab. Taryn Crab is now, I've got 4 in my book for the young man, so he doesn't want to pick up the 5th here. And they still need to get a 5th, and I wonder to send VC to the bonus. So no one's up off the bench yet for Coach Crab, perhaps to come in and get a quick foul. Lidbeck, he can. As Baker also with 0 fouls. As Baker is the one to draw the 5th foul against Zach Pippin, who will go to the free throw line, shooting his first 2 attempts of the day. 43 seconds remaining on the clock. He's short off the front iron. The pressure situations here, the ball feels just a little bit heavier after 3 days of basketball. But he gets the second to drop. 7 points for Zach Pippin. Under 40 to go for the Eagles. Need to operate quickly. They need this bucket from Lidbeck, and they got it! When you have to have it, you find your sharpshooter. That is the 6th triple outside for Jack Lidbeck. He's got 18 points, Boone.
Yeah, and Coach Ivy was saying, hey, Hahn, stay on him, stay on him. He got caught up in the screen, created that open look, and he's hot from the dark.
31 seconds on the clock. That means that for Harrisburg, they either have to come up with the steal or get a quick foul. Knowing that he's also, if you have a shooter after Lidbeck, it would probably be Crab.
And we love suspense here at Marshfield. We've been getting it this weekend.
As Baker's the one in the front, perhaps he's going to be the one to try and pick up that foul if possible. Again, they are trying to get the steal first. And there Baker just kind of recognizing we can't let too much more time run off the clock here.
You know, and now with 14 seconds, even if Pippin makes both of these, they still have enough time for one last look to maybe tie it up. Pippin, he had a lot of shooting in the first half. We haven't seen a whole lot. He's been more of a distributor in the second half.
And in their win against Dayton, he really played a big role second half-wise. And now with the made free throws, 3-point lead as Coach Ivy calls a timeout, wants to get his defense set. You could send Harrisburg to the line to only be able to shoot 2, but it can be a risky strategy. You foul the shooter in the act. It is coming down to the wire. Davis, Crabb, Lidbeck, Bellinger, and Baker on the floor, defended by Hahn, Holub, Hayworth, Ferris, and Pippin. Davis to Crabb, works against Holub, gets into the front court, ahead to Baker, left alone in the corner, doesn't take it, looks for Lidbeck, and there's a foul with 6.7 on the clock. This is the third team foul. So again, BC can still foul as a strategy. Right now it's about this final 6.7 here. Harrisburg basketball. Jackson Davis in front of his bench will inbound.
You know, and you're looking for first option is going to be Lidbeck. Second option is going to be Crabb.
Into the backcourt, and that means he's got to get ahead quickly. And he'll take it himself off the shot, and foul is on the floor. This will be just the fourth with 2.3 on the clock. And so if you're an Eagle and you get this inbound, we've seen Harrisburg use a lot of double screens. Some of these teams, though, it takes some time to develop that. Some might only use one type of inbounds play, but now do you have a magic three-point play drawn up? Davis finds Lidbeck, corner three's up, it's short, and that'll do it. The Valley Catholic Valiants have won the third place game by a final margin of 40-37. The Valiants will bring home the third place trophy for the Harrisburg Eagles. They will take home the fifth place trophy as the Valiants and the Lewis and Clark League, again, well represented this year. They've already taken home the third place trophy for Valley Catholic. De La Salle North Catholic took home the fourth place trophy earlier. And as we said, West Side versus Cascade Christian. You see the teams shake hands there as Monica Maxwell and Peter Weber of the OSAA will be handing out the trophies for these teams. We'll stick around for the trophy presentations before breaking down for the next girls' third place game between Vail and Sutherland. And what was also nice about this, Boone, is we saw some players get into foul trouble early. Nobody fouled out. And so the trust that their coaches gave, very well deserved. Jack Lidbeck gets his second Moda Health Player of the Game of this tournament. Zach Pippin gets his first Moda Health Player of the Game. Only finished with 8 points, but Boone, you brought up the effect that he had both as a defender and a distributor to get good looks for his teammates.
Yeah, doing everything he can. I mean, that's the role of the point guard. You might not always be the person with the most of the point totals, but you're distributing the ball and make sure your team has good looks.
They will award the fifth place trophy first to the Harrisburg Eagles, as Jack Lidbeck will hold the trophy. A terrific year for the Eagles as they won 22 games on the year to just 7 losses. As we'll have just one more 3A boys game left after this. It'll be the state title game between Westside Christian and Cascade Christian, as part of our coverage of the 2024 OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 3A Boys Basketball State Championship Tournament. We're going off air. See you for the next game, basketball fans.
Make a hoop. Make a hoop. Yay! He scores! Come on, Jack. Make a hoop. Woo woo! Oh, so close, buddy. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Oh, close. Try again. You can do it. Yay, Jack! Whoa. I'm gonna guard you. I'm gonna guard you. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's do this one-on-one. Come on. Come on. Give me what you got. Give me what you got. Oh, you missed. Oh, this is Daddy's ball. Okay, here we go. Come on. Give me what you got. You gotta score. You gotta score. Oh, he scores. Try again. Try again. Yeah!
this highly coveted award is for the school that displayed the best overall sportsmanship during this year's state championship. Team members, coaches, fans, and cheerleaders were evaluated for this award. For the Boys Sportsmanship Award, will a representative from the Harrisburg Eagles. From Harrisburg, senior Jack Linda. And from Westside Christian, senior Will Nicker. In 2024 3A Boys Second Team. And now the first team honors. From Harrisburg, junior Taryn Craft. Christian, senior Austin Howard. From De La Salle North Catholic, junior Jalen Hill. And from Westside Christian, senior Dax Henslett. For 2024 3A Awards All-Tournament First Team.
Proud of this team. You know, it really shows what happens when the only thing they care about is winning. They don't care about individual results. Because everybody sacrifices a little bit to make a team come together. And it's very easy on a team where you get jealousy and envy and, hey, I want this, I want that. But all of the kids in our program, all they want to do is just have success. They don't care who has it. I just love the fact they congratulate each other. Whoever has a good team, and they're high fiving that person. There's nobody to be, and we'll get all seen. I just appreciate that way there. Jesse McKibben, Jackson Pan, come up here, please. Jesse and JP mainly practice with the JV team. And every once in a while I pull one of them up to be a defensive player or something like that on our end of the court. But basically they were down to JVs. And the thing I want you to know I really appreciate, it's easy to be disconnected. You know, we dress 9 people down. To me, the most important thing is have chemistry on your team. You can't have people that are not involved with other people. And they did an absolute great job this year of bonding with the other 7 people. It was really a family. When they went places, whatever we did, everybody got along. And it's to their credit that they did that. And if you watch the film like I watch film, every time we score, they're standing up and clapping. They're engaged in the game. They're excited for the game. And that's not easy to do when you're not involved in the game. And I really appreciate everything you guys did this year to be part of that. JP has a little bit of a story. You know, in our game against P Hill here, he had to play in the 3rd quarter. And I believe that Gavin English, did he miss a shot or what happened? He missed a pass, and he threw the ball away, right? Yeah. And we had, coming over to the bench, and JP said, I scared him. Christian, come on up. Christian mainly practice with the varsity all year long. We need to go play the JV games. And the hard part for me this year, I hated to do it, but we had 6 players, sometimes 5, because Chase got hurt for a while. Jordan got hurt for a while, and it's like, I need you. I don't know how much you're going to play, but in case I need you, I need to have 3 and 4 quarters of you. And I know it's hard. He said, well, I'm not playing as much as other people are playing, but he sacrificed that for the team. And you can't ask more of a person to do that. He's one of the hardest working players on the team every day. He just comes out and he just gets after it the entire time. He led the varsity in field goal percentage this year. He was what I know about Christian is this. I said, We had 6, lost 4, 2 equals 4. He is here. And he says, there's no way I'm not being that next year. And I know his work ethic. I know what he's going to do between now and next March. And the first thing he told Taryn was, I'm going to gain 15 pounds. Yeah. Of muscle. And I'm going to shave my head too, so I'm fat. Chase, and I teased Owen, and I teased Casey all year long about their floppy hair and everything else. And now the season's over, they finally listen to me. Chase has some of the most natural instincts for sports, and particularly for basketball. He dribbles the ball well, he passes the ball well, he sees the floor extremely well, he shoots the ball well, he's pretty darn quick and fast. Now, all the things the coach loves. In most programs that are dominated by juniors and seniors who have a lot of kings out, he would have been the shining star of the JV program. But for us, he had to sacrifice this year to play a role. And a lot of games, he's playing half the game. He and Jordan will switch off, or if somebody got fouled trouble, he goes in. But at the end of the season, he had less and less time to play on the court. But he always had a great attitude about it. He was always there for his teammates. There was never any, man, why not me, why not me? And that's what I just love about him, is we saw a glimpse of what you're going to see for the next 3 years against ISLA. And if you don't know against ISLA, Jordan was hurt, he's starting, and they played a triangle and 2. And if you don't know what a triangle and 2 is, they guarded Jap, and they guarded Taryn man-to-man, and they had 3 other people in a triangle. And the first time down, Terrence throws the ball to Chase on the wing, and he's at the 3-point line, he's looking around. And then some knucklehead on the bench yelled, "Shoot the ball!" And he switched to 3. And then he hit another. And then he drove in and shot another. By the end of the first quarter, he had 14 points. He hit another one in the second half, so he ended the game with 16 points. And I'm going, this is what we are going to see over the next 3 years in Chase. So you have not seen how he can play basketball yet, but you will see it next year. And even more so, because I know between now and March, he's going to work on his game, just like other people will too. But I'm excited to see next year when it comes around, because it's a much bigger role than what it was this year. Thank you. Jordan is the poster child for grit. He plays about as hard-nosed defense as you could imagine. His role this year was, let's play hard defense, set good screens, once in a while hit a shot. But he took it and said, this is what I'll do. I'll do whatever I need to help this team. I like to say, he goes after every loose ball. He gets so many rebounds that no one his size should ever get. And he hacks the other team. I mean, he slaps them all the way all the time. Like I said, he didn't get a whole lot of opportunities this year on this team to shoot the ball, but he will next year. He actually was second on the team in steals, and he was second on the team in three-point percentage. And he kind of lost his shot for a while, and then he got it back. Where instead of shooting across his body, he started to shoot this way. And I did love the fact that against Burns, all of a sudden they say, we're not going to guard him for a while. And he goes, thank you, 2 threes. And just kind of looked at it like, oh yeah, I can shoot the ball. There's no big deal. So anyway, I'm looking for great things next year from Jordan. And thank you, sir. Jaden became the most dominant inside force in the league this year. He averaged 13.38 rebounds per game, which is either first or second in the state at all levels. He had a total of 388 rebounds, which I'm not for sure, but I think will probably be a school record for one season. He He had 10 double-doubles this year. What a double-double is he had double figures in points and double figures in rebounds. He started the season at Monroe with 20 points and 20 rebounds. His high for rebounds this year was at the Pine with 25. He had 44 rebounds at the state tournament. But what I'm most impressed with Aiden is the fact that as the course of the season went on, his confidence grew. He didn't get frustrated as much. He learned how to play defense the way we needed to be done. And by the end of the season, he was playing great defense. He was guarding people correctly. He was moving where he's supposed to go. And what I'm really hoping for is between now and next November, he decides he wants to be a dominant offensive force inside too. With our close game. If I know there's a point where I would love to be able to play the ball inside. But you have made fantastic strides over the last year, and this will continue to do it for one more year. Everyone I would say, next play. Taryn led the team in assists this year with 130. He is the first player in Harrisburg history to have over 100 assists his freshman year, his sophomore year, and his junior year. He has 354 total for his career so far, which is 101 shy of the school record. And there's a reason I know that. I own it. So when he gets to 100 next year, he's probably going to get kicked off the team. He led the team in steals this year with 73. He shot and made the most free throws. He was second in scoring. Taryn is a coach on the floor. He just kind of runs the show. And there was a lot of times I'll look at the team and I'll look at him and say, what do you want to run? What do you want to do? What do you guys feel out there? Because I always feel that the players know more about how the game's flowing and what they think would work. And if they have confidence of what's going to happen, then we have a better chance of it working. But he just runs the show. If he has another year even close to what he had this year, he will reach the 1,000-point milestone for his career at Harrisburg. I think the Umatilla game was the greatest example I can say about his competitiveness. I always love the fact that even though he's my son, he's humble about everything. I never seen him celebrate on a shot or do anything that would say, and none of our players do, but it's just like, I just detest that. My attitude is act like we've done it 10,000 times before. But against Umatilla, we were down big, and he's always had this refuse to lose attitude, which all of us do, but I've just seen it as he's grown up. We went on a 14-2 spurt in the second quarter, into the second quarter to get the game tied up. And he had all 14 points. Because he just said, I'm going to just keep attacking, keep attacking, keep attacking. And then we started hitting threes in the third quarter. And then the game was over because we all kept, but it's just like we needed something right then, and he did it. Taryn, I look forward to our last year together. That'll be next year. So, thank you. Jackson. Jackson was second on the team in rebounds. He was third on the team in scoring, and he was number 1 in shoe options. I always love which shoes are we going to see back to switch shoes for the see the game. And it was funny is Jack has some of the most gross shoes. And he's going down. And I said, Jack, you need shoes. We got like a week and a half left in the season. Your shoes are going to blow out. I got some. Yeah. But Jackson had some very good scoring games this year. To me, the highlight was that Sideslaw. We're down by 1 at halftime. And I said, Jackson, they're not guarding you. You need to make them pay for it. And in the second half, we had 13 points, which pushed us over. If he didn't do that, we don't win. It's as simple as that. And to me, the other big game was the last game against Elmira. Where last game of the year at Elmira, they have nothing to lose by playing hard. We have everything to lose by losing because then all of a sudden we would be co-league champions. Then we have to go to the league playoffs. I did not want to play Creswell again. I did not want to play Sisters again. I just want to play Pico one time. And I think he had the first 8 points to start the game. It was just like, give me the ball. And I hit the attack the rim. And every time Jackson lowers his head and attacks around, good things happen. And happen all year long. Jackson has great athleticism, very good ball handling skills. Like I said, his ability to attack the rim is something we're going to miss desperately next year. Hopefully the people who are coming up see how that looks. And Jackson, just like a lot of players, but particularly Jackson, he sacrificed his game this year. He sacrificed his game for the benefit of the team. You know, and he could have done a lot more shooting, but the way we ran things, it just, here's when we need it, here's when we don't. And he did a fantastic job. I'm going to miss our conversations. I've known Jackson since he's this fall and started coaching in 6th grade along with Jack. And we've always had great banter. He's a very smart young man. I know you can't. No, he's a very smart man, so we have great conversations off the court. On the court, I think it's probably a different conversation. But I always love his competitiveness, and just he always has a smile, and he just gets after it. So I'm going to miss you dearly. Jack led the team in points this year in 3-point shots attempted and shots made. And he shot 40.3% from the 3-point range. He was second on the team in assists and third in rebounds. He shot 90.3% from the free throw line this year. He finished his career with 1,091 points. In his career, he made 236 out of 609 3-pointers, which is a 38.8%. And that includes 0 for 6 his freshman year. Last year I challenged Jack. I said, are you a shooter, you're a scorer? He goes, well, I score. I go, what I'm saying is a scorer is somebody you can attack around. I said, if your 3-point shot isn't going, can you still score? And he really took it to heart. And you saw this year, he really made a concerted effort to attack around and attack around and attack around. 3-point shot's still there, but he's able to put it on the floor and make the 2-pointers just as easily. And I appreciate the fact that he's always looking, how can I improve my game? How can I improve my game? He played great defense for us this year, and he was always encouraging to his teammates. You know, all Jack wanted to do, like everybody else, but as a senior leader, all he wanted to do was just win. Just wanted to Coos Bay. You know, one of the things I'm going to miss the most is watching Taryn and Jack play together. Because other coaches say, we know he's going to shoot the 3, how's he get open? I said, I don't. But I do know this, they just, over the years, have had this connection. They just know. He knows where Taryn's going, Taryn knows where Jack's going, and it's just, to me, it's the beautiful part about the games where you just know someone's curling around and you can just kick it to them. And here comes Jack. There went Taryn, there went the ball. There was another 3. And then there was another 3. Then there was another 3. And I just enjoyed watching that. But I'm going to miss you dearly. I'm going to miss your positive attitude, your work ethic. You and Jackson both, you guys put a legacy. Yeah, today, this year, you stamped it. For everybody else who's come along and say, this is what you can do. You don't have to be the most talented group of kids. You just have to work hard, have a good attitude, and do what your coach says. As long as your coach knows what he's talking about. I don't do team awards. I never have and never will. And the reason being is that I think everybody's role is just as important as somebody else's. If you're the shooter, I expect you to shoot. If you're the screener, set good screens. If you're the passer, if you're the great defender, if you can screen out, keep the big guys off and get rebounds, all those things go into having success on a team. So I leave the awards up to other coaches and recognition and things like that. And this year, we did have 3 players recognized for all league honors. The first one is Jaden Bellinger. Jaden received honorable mention all league. This is Taryn's 2nd year in a row of being first team all league. And I will just share this. Gavin English was player of the year. He had 70 total points. awarded to him. Fahrenheit 69. I had a coach come up to me after we played the Key Hill. I had one of the coaches put together, say, if I had to do over again, I'd go over again. But I think that's a great testament. He was also selected to the all-defensive team, too. Jack, come on up. Jack was voted first team all-league this year, too, which is a great testament. He had a phenomenal year. I couldn't be more proud of the whole team. Because to me, these don't happen without a team effort. But I want to say thank you. We stand right there for a second. Taryn, come back up for a second. At the state tournament, we did have some honors there too. Jack was second team all state tournament. Taryn was first team all state tournament. Yeah. A fifth place team typically doesn't have anybody on the first team, let alone on the second team. So this is a great testament to you guys and to your team for the sacrifice they made, because of the hard work you guys put into it. The other coaches recognized it. Even though we took fifth place, they said,